Hi everyone, you're welcome back to Football Top 5 with Mr. Busy. And today I'm going to be giving you my top 5 African players of all time. Now this is one of the hardest lists that I had to do. It's very difficult to rank top 5 African players because we are going to be leaving out some great legends, some tough decisions that I had to make. But I had to do it, you understand? At the end of the day, you have to come up with 5 players, and there's like 20 legends that I can put in this list, and some people will not even have any problem with them. But we have to go with 5. So in 5th place, I have Mohammed Salah. Mohammed Salah is my 5th greatest player in the history of African football. Some will argue that Mohammed Salah should be higher up in this list. Some might even argue that he will not be in the list. That's how it is. But the reason why Mohammed Salah is 5th place, the reason why he's not high up in this list, because left for his performances as a player, the records he holds in the Premier League, the things he has done. He also won the Champions League, finishing runner-up once, won 2 Premier League titles. But the only thing that is missing is that he has not won the AFCON, right? And as an African player, winning the AFCON is like, apart from the World Cup, but winning the AFCON is like the epitome of your success. So if you don't win the AFCON, I don't think you've completed football as an African player, right? So because of that reason, that's why Mohamed Salah is low on this list. And it's not bad at all. He like, there's a lot of great African player that has even won the AFCON so many times that didn't make this list. So it's not just about winning the AFCON, but winning the AFCON is a major factor, right? So Mohamed Salah is my 5th highest best player in African history. He won the African best player 2 times, winning the Premier League top scorer 4 times. That's a record. I don't think there's anybody that's done more than that. I think it's within him, Thierry Henry, and one other person. I think it's Harry Kane. So winning 2 Premier League titles, 2 Champions Leagues. It's been fantastic. He had his first spell at Chelsea, didn't work out for him. Went to Roma, recouped himself. Since he came to Liverpool, I don't think he has ever had a season that he hasn't scored up to 20 Premier League goals. And even the greats, the likes of Wayne Rooney, Didier Drogba, these guys didn't do this. They didn't have this consistency that Mohammed Salah had. So I think Mohammed Salah is fantastic. He's absolutely fantastic. He's a legend of the game. He has shattered so many records in the Premier League. Most goal involvements in the Premier League season. His assist numbers are crazy too. So I think Mohammed Salah is absolutely fantastic. Aside from the fact that he hasn't won the AFCON, which is why he is 5th in my list. Moving on, in 4th place, I have Sir Jorge, that's the current president of Liberia. The only African player that's ever won the Ballon d'Or, and he's a huge part of the reason why he's in this list, right? Now, it's not an easy feat. Winning the Ballon d'Or is not an easy feat, and the fact that no other player from Africa has been able to win the Ballon d'Or since then, it says a lot about the achievement that it is itself. He won the African Best Player 3 times in 3 occasions, and that's not an easy thing. He won 2 Serie A titles and 1 Ligue 1. He won the Ligue 1 with I think it was Monaco, yeah. And then he won 2 Serie A titles with AC Milan before coming to Chelsea. I think he won the FA Cup at Chelsea too. So he was a Serie A winner. He didn't really win much, but I think to win the Ballon d'Or as an African player at that time, because a lot of people think that they are robbing African players, they are not giving them what they deserve. Well, if someone like Jorge can win the Ballon d'Or about so many years ago, about 15 years ago, or more than 15 years ago, that means it was like somebody can actually win it now if you merit it. But sadly, for some people, they played in the era of Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi, which was they dominated football. No other person could touch it except from Modric. You understand? So that's it. I think Jorge is our 4th best player in African football history. Though he also didn't win the AFCON, he played a huge part. He also didn't win the AFCON, but for the fact that he's the only African player to ever win the Ballon d'Or, I think it counts for something. I didn't really watch a lot of his game, but I think that counts a lot. So that is the major reason. That's one of the major reasons. And the fact he also won the African Best Player 3 times in 3 occasions. So it wasn't like a one-time thing. It wasn't like a one-season wonder or stuff. So it was really a great player, though I didn't watch him. Right. So moving on. In 3rd place, I have the Cameroonian wonder. You might be thinking about someone else, but it's not the person I'm talking about. Roger Mila. Roger Mila was a fantastic player in his time. We didn't watch him. Like I said, this is an all-time list that I'm making. So I didn't watch Roger Mila, but from the record speaks for himself. I've seen his clips. I've seen a YouTube clips of Roger Mila. I think it was fine. He was a fantastic footballer. Winning with 2 African Best Players. He won AFCON 2 times for Cameroon, and I think he finished 3rd place in highest goal scorer in the World Cup. I think it was the 1986 World Cup. He finished 3rd place, third highest goal scorer. He was a fantastic footballer. He also played for Monaco, and scored a lot of goals. He scored 438 goals in 794 appearances. So Roger Mila is a fantastic player. A lot of us didn't watch him, but you can go and check him up on YouTube. I think he was a fantastic footballer. So with him winning 2 AFCONs, I think one of them as a captain, and winning 2 African Best Player of the Year, breaking so many records. I don't have all the records, but if I decide to list all the records of all the players, the video is going to be too long, and I don't want it to be that long, right? So I think, in my opinion, Roger Mila is the 3rd greatest player in the history of African football, in my opinion. Moving forward, this list is really, really difficult because I left out a lot of players. I think at this point you know that there is no Nigerian player in this list. The likes of kanu, nwakwo, Jorge, okocha, these guys did not make this list. The likes of Didier Drogba did not make this list. Let me just make it clear. You understand? There's a lot of great players in that's coming from Africa. You understand? So in 2nd place I have Yaya Toure, the Ivorian beast. Like, he's a midfield general. There's little or nothing that Yaya Toure cannot do. He won everything at Barcelona. He came to Man City. He was one of the first players that started making Man City a big club. He carried the team. I think he still has the record. Okay, before, I think Bruno Fernandes has broken the record of most goals by a midfielder in the Premier League. Even though he wasn't someone that scores a lot of goals, but he came to the Premier League. He became a different player, almost like what Casemiro is doing at Manchester United when at his peak. You understand? But after winning everything with Barcelona, that Barcelona team was the best team ever. Right? No, there is no debate about that. That Barcelona era of 2009, 10, 11, 12, that Barcelona era was the best team ever. They could literally destroy any team, right? Yaya Toure won the African Best Player 4 times. For a midfielder, that's crazy. Do you understand? For a midfielder, that's absolutely outrageous. Winning 3 Premier League titles with Man City, 2 La Liga titles at Barcelona, won the AFCON. He won the AFCON very, very late, but he won the AFCON. He was the captain of the team. I think they won against Nigeria in 2015. I don't know, but they won the AFCON in 2015. Won the Club World Cup with Barcelona in 2010. He was an all-round midfielder, scoring 104 goals and 72 assists, despite the fact that his defensive abilities are up there with the very, very best. His ball control, the way he's a very strong man. You can hardly take the ball off him. So with all the things that the Toure has achieved, I think it's right to place him as the 2nd best player in the history of African footballers. Now, this leads us to the number 1. Who is the best player in African footballers' history? I think it's the most easiest one for me. I think everyone would agree with me that the Cameroonian Samuel Eto'o. We have 2 Cameroonians in this list, though. but I think they both deserve it. The Cameroonian Samuel Eto'o is my African greatest player of all time. I think it's inevitable. Samuel Eto'o, 4-time African best player, 3 Champions League. I think there's no other African player that can boost off that. 1 FIFA Club World Cup. He made both UEFA and FIFA Team of the Year twice, and was third in the Ballon d'Or in 2005, scoring a whooping 418 goals and 124 assists. Samuel Eto'o was like, he's one of the only African players that you can say, give me your top 10 best players in this position in the history of football, like top 10 strikers. I think Samuel Eto'o is there, and there's a few African players that you get in that bracket of a ranking in any wing in football. I'm not saying there's none, but there's a few, and the striking position is where it's tough, and I think Samuel Eto'o gets in top. Even some might argue top 5 greatest strikers in football history. So I think Samuel Eto'o is definitely the best African player of all time. So tell me what you think about my list, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel, share your thoughts on this video, and share this video.